We all know the same Christmas stories and the themes about spreading the magic of happiness. But what if you're like me, someone who doesn't care about Christmas itself? No movie has tried to get me to care, but only very recently has that started to change, and it's thanks to the movie Klaus. It asks a different question. What if it started with someone who also doesn't care? And for me, that hit pretty hard. Written and directed by Sergio Pablos, with a screenplay by Jim McCoy and Zach Lewis, Klaus tells the story of Jesper, a young postman born into a wealthy postal family who doesn't take his responsibilities seriously. His father, at his wits' end after trying everything to help him, sends Jesper to a remote town above the Arctic Circle for a single year with an ultimatum: Jesper must post 6,000 letters within a single year to prove himself. But upon arriving, Jesper witnesses two families at war, each holding a lifelong generational grudge, and a town in utter despair whose inhabitants feel shunned by society and left to rot. Isolated from the rest of the world, Jesper has no interest in the people or their conflicts. All he cares about is leaving the town by any means necessary. Jesper as a character is so interesting. As he continues to stay, he starts to become familiarized with the town and its people, but instead of understanding them and wanting to improve their lives, he continues to be a self-important, lazy person who could not care. He's a narcissist and only does things for his personal gain. Jesper is possibly the most relatable character in a Christmas movie I've ever seen. Over time he changes, but those changes don't come about from wanting to spread happiness, but due to his own selfishness. And realizing his self-importance that he as an individual brought when he arrived does change the town for the better. What I ultimately love about this movie is Christmas doesn't exist, and yet he manages to find a way to spread joy even if it comes from a place of self-validation. What I find in a lot of other Christmas movies is that Christmas is a time to spread joy, but what if that doesn't exist? How does that legend begin? And this movie answers that in a very real and relatable way. Magic isn't real, but from the connections we make and the people that we spend our time with, it can and does. And what we can do changes lives for the better or worse. Klaus treats you as an adult. It faces real themes that everyone has gone through. The emotional moments throughout the movie are earned and not forced. While there are two moments I heavily dislike about the film, the rest of the movie is nothing short of a special treat. That when those moments occur, I was very emotional. I thought I would hate on the two families, and while they can be extreme and cathartic, Klaus shows emotional generational trauma and how it not only hurts one person but everyone as a whole, and how this time of year is a time for forgiveness and to let go of past grudges even when that's the harder choice. All the characters you meet along the way have interesting moments and plot points that eventually come back to the spirit of Christmas, and ultimately, I can't talk about this film without a gorgeous artwork. It's what honestly made me want to stay and watch. I was shocked and taken aback when I saw this film originally. I'm so used to Western animation having the same art style, something akin to Disney and or Pixar. While I can enjoy what the studios bring, their art styles to me have largely felt stagnated, with little to no change. But Klaus feels like something straight out of an illustrated children's storybook, using soft brushwork and light color tones while also emphasizing darker palettes that reflect the heavier themes the story explores. I love how the characters are expressive and exaggerated, but still feeling grounded and sincere. It reminds me of 90s Disney animated movies when characters would feel like they not only exist in their worlds, but also have lives that we can't witness. It makes the whole world feel alive. It makes the whole world feel very exaggerated. The animation is in 2D, but the way the lighting is stylized makes it feel like it's 3D. But it's all classical hand-drawn animation enhanced with modern technology available today. I'm so glad 2D animation isn't dead in the West, and a few people still want it to exist. And it's all thanks to the director Sergio Pablos being one of the core foundations of early Disney. And I can't just stop there. The soundtrack is nothing short of immaculate, and the voice acting feeling wholly genuine. I can't stop gushing about this film. If you haven't seen it yet, please consider it. It's honestly one of my go-to around this time of year. Please watch it. And if you have seen it, please let me know what you think. Alright, with that, I'll leave it there. Take care and see ya.